much. I know a lot of people have trouble with feeling overly observed in a gym.
I'm hoping that tomorrow I'll feel better and I can kind of do at least one session. So I'm not training or running today again.
Going to RH20 gym today. It's a bit different. They want to do some promos or something for the gym, and they've asked if I'll turn up and do my usual kind of workout type of stuff. So I'm assuming they want me to do a bit of running, a bit of high rocks stuff. They want me to do a little chat to the camera about why I do what I do, to run them through one of my workouts. So we'll see. I was looking for a gym that would give me everything that I needed to train. I do a big mix of training. You could call it hybrid training. So I train for high rocks, I do a lot of long distance running and strength training. This gym gave me everything I needed for all of those things. And it's surprisingly difficult to find that. This is a place that I came that I didn't feel overly observed. So when I'm really throwing down, sweating buckets, just grunting and feeling horrible, there was never any judgment here, and I felt like I had my safe space to come and really be the best person I could be and train the best way I could. And I genuinely didn't feel that at many other gyms that I've been to. It's quite a special place here. That ended up being a really good session, actually. I did a whole mix of stuff and managed to kind of make my normal Monday workout sort of fit in between it as well. I think it's really nice to acknowledge the gym that you use the most and how much you love the space. And for me, the gym that I use is just full of really great people who are incredibly supportive. You have your own space, you can have your own little place to work out, and then the community around it is really nice when you do want to chat. And there's not that kind of pressure to talk, but then there's also that social aspect to it as well. When you're done training, like, everybody's super friendly. And I think it's really important to find somewhere that you feel comfortable and not observed too much. I know a lot of people have trouble with feeling overly observed in a gym, and I get it, because like you're there and you're in an uncomfortable space because you're working on something that you're trying to get better at, and you're pushing yourself in a way that maybe you feel a bit self-conscious about how you look. And just by finding somewhere that you're comfortable in completely blows the doors wide open in terms of what you can achieve in your training. I think it's a really big part of being successful with your goals with exercise. And I think it's not talked about enough. I think just the process of finding a space that makes you feel comfortable and pushes you is really a key deciding factor on whether you're going to be successful or not with your goals. And I feel like I've found a place that I can find that success, and that I can push myself and drive. And there's no judgment when I don't hit a certain goal, or there's no judgment if I'm training a certain way or lifting a certain way or doing my thing. It's just being around a great space with great people and feeling supported and pushed.
And today is going to become a full day of rest, which is fine. I enjoy the part of my day where I train so much, and I've gotten so used to the schedule of just going to the gym, doing my strength training, working through the day, and then at about 4 o'clock I go for my run, whatever that might look like, and I love that routine. I'm missing that today. I'm hoping that tomorrow I'll feel better and I can kind of do at least one session. I am the worst ill person in the world. I am completely unbearable to Kate when I'm like this, because I wallow and I get grumpy and moody and I don't know. So I'm not training or running today again. Something came in the post, which I think is going to be my poles. So the person I'm doing the run with, Mike, who lives next door, he suggested we have poles on hand just as a way to take away pressure from joints and stuff. So in the marathon, I developed that kind of knee pain, which I sort of put down to what seems to be called runner's knee, which is just a general fatigue on the knee. Kind of took a few weeks to heal. Now I'm kind of running on it. I'm doing half marathon distances and it feels fine. As a precaution for the ultra marathon, especially on like the downhills, I'm thinking I went for slightly longer poles than was suggested, because it was recommended to me if I want to use the poles going down, which is where most of the impact on my joints happen, to go for poles that are very slightly longer because of the distance that they need to travel to get to the ground. So I'm interested to start running with these. I think next week I'm going to do a marathon distance, which is what I was meant to do this week. That plan kind of went straight in the bin because I haven't been able to do anything. Keen to see what these poles are like. I went with Leki. Very, very pink, very bright. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've obviously never run. I've never run with poles before, These are the ones that got recommended the most online. My biggest reservation about them was that they come with these snazzy little gloves. For the entire ultra marathon, I'm gonna have to have these little snazzy gloves on my wrist, which isn't ideal, or at the very least I have them on for the portions of the ultra that I want to use poles on. So but I'm just going to try and use these scissors if they can. There we go, boom, boop, boop, boop. And according to reviews on this thing, it's really easy to put together and pull apart. And naturally, rather than look at instructions, I'm just gonna give it a go. Oh, okay, I see. Is that it? Is that in? There's a feeling. Is that it? I'm not sure that's right. Because I'm gonna have to learn to open this up and dismantle it and put it together on the run, which is gonna be interesting. It's going to take some practice, which is why next week is going to be my practice run with these, and I'm going to practice taking them out of my little bag, putting them together, running with them for a bit, and then locking them up. And I'm just going to kind of repeat that process a few times just to get to grips with them for when I need them. Mistake number one, putting the strap across my knuckles rather than across my wrist. Clearly, what an idiot. I don't think it's going to bother me too much having these on during the run. I suppose it's a bit of extra, it might feel a bit warm, maybe. It's not going to be that bad. It's like saying having a watch on is going to make your wrist sweaty, I think. I think that's going to be fine.
Okay, we're back. We are back after a week of feeling pretty rubbish with some kind of illness that just knocked me out. Completely knocked me out. So I went to the gym this morning, did like an all-round body thing. I went to the gym yesterday and couldn't do anything, but I felt well enough to get out of the house at least. But today, I
I managed to do my double session, strength training, followed by about the easiest run that I can possibly do, where I just sit into a slow pace, take my time, zone 2, slow and steady, no headphones so I can really stay in tune with my body, and hopefully I can now crack on. It's actually really hot today, but I'm keeping my heart rate down. I just went up one of the big sort of long hills and I'm keeping my heart rate down, kind of holding a conversational pace, which I'm pretty pleased with. So I was a bit worried about a week of no running and how it would feel. I wouldn't have thought that I'd have lost too much fitness in that time, but I do think sometimes if you're used to running every day, it can be a bit of a shock to the system when you come back in. So I feel good. It gives me so much joy to be able to run again. I'm a miserable bugger when I'm at home and can't do anything. So I've opted to come cycling today. It's a different kind of pain. It grabs different muscles, and it's the same hills, and I don't think I'm getting up it much quicker on a bike than I did when I was running. Oh my God. After doing a deadlift session and a mini high rock circuit, doing a cycle up a hill like this. All right, thank you. Cheers. It is beautiful up here though. One thing I've learned from a marathon distance is that actually the toll it takes on your body is significant, especially for me who's relatively new. And that actually, although my muscles felt good, although my body held up, there was a fatigue on my joints that my body's just not used to it. Because before the 50 miler, I'm gonna have to do at least another marathon. I'm probably gonna have to add more miles to that as well. So I need to keep my fitness up, I need to keep my momentum. August, September the 13th is the 50-mile ultramarathon. I need to be ready, I need to keep fit, I need to keep healthy, I need to stay strong.